Okay, good morning everyone. ये क्या नॉर्मल है? मतलब ये स्काई डाइविंग एक्सट्रीम स्पोर्ट्स में कहलाया जाता है ना? मतलब आप लोग ये सब एंजॉय करते हो, है ना? I mean, मेरे पूछने का ये मतलब है कि I couldn't stop thereafter. I was actually fighting this urge to control this fit of laughter that I had, and I completed for this journalist who was itching, really dying while he was stuttering and stammering, was dying to really ask me, "Are you normal?" You know? So, to him and to all others, I mean, I guess when he realized that I had this background, I had majored in psychology, he maybe wanted to initiate or incite this animated, juicy discussion wherein he wanted me to comment on why exactly are women getting into extreme sports? I mean, isn't marriage enough? I mean, why skydiving? Why are more and more people getting into this bizarre phenomenon of adventure sports, you know? So to him and to a larger audience, I just say, take wings, my friend, and fly, and you'll discover the magic called life. I'll just start you all off with one of the best, my personal favorites in the world of skydiving, and then I'll go about telling you about this amazing sport. I think so. You'll have to increase. They're controlling the volume there. Is that one of your teams? No, it isn't. Yeah, so why is this my personal favorite? Because these are 400 of the world's best skydivers doing this record 400 way formation skydiving. And the lady you see on the screen is almost touching 50 years, and there's nobody to, take her from the #1 spot in competitive skydiving. So that brings me to what I am here today. In skydiving, like is relevant in every other field, one really has to take that first step. One has to take that first plunge into thin air to do something. And that's when you find yourself sooner than later that you're really being reckoned in, the elite group of path breakers, like how I'm standing out here in front of you. I've had a very small journey. I started skydiving only in the year 2009, and October 8th, 2011, a big day for us, on the 79th anniversary of the Indian Air Force, we were launched as the official first ever women skydiving formation team of the Indian Air Force. And the best part of it, though the Army and the Navy started before us, but still the Indian Air Force, has its dominance in aerosports so far. So, like I go back to this journalist, skydiving, the mere mention of the word skydiving has enormous reactions. I've seen that, fear in some, a desire in some others. There's this, some people are awestruck, while some just get wacky. Some do it for that high adrenaline drive, while some, do it for a metaphysical connection with life. But whatever the field is, whatever you choose to do, there is one thing that this is adventure sport. It's nothing beyond, the realm of impossible. There's nothing that once you have the courage, once you have it in you, there's nothing that differentiates you or me other than the fact that, yes, I've been incredibly lucky to be where I am. I was at the right time, the right place. My first basic jump, first basic training camp, in fact, was a selection camp. So unlike some of the ladies who didn't have that kind of an opportunity, we, 5 of us out of the 6, were incredibly lucky to be where we are. For example, if you do something different, I found that you get classified into inevitably one of 2 categories. Either you're insane or you're a genius. But disappointingly, the 6 of us, we're very, very normal, and we fall into that gray area, so as to say. For example, I have my team leader, Wing Commander Asha Jyotirmay. She's been into skydiving for the past 10 years. She's been jumping from 2000, has almost 500 jumps to her credit, happily married, and she's initiated her husband into this awesome sport. She was the training instructor when he was, a basic jumper. And now is blessed with 2 boisterous sons. She is now leading us into various skydiving events. Her time, she was the one rare phenomenon, one rare lady officer, wherein skydiving and all these areas were generally seen as, areas where angels feared to tread, literally speaking. Not so this time. For us, the rest of us, the 5 of us, we've been, like I said, we're feisty, we're plucky, but we've been incredibly lucky at the same time, And what has changed from 2000 to 2011? The opportunities are there. There is a galore of opportunities. The support system that we have, both organizational and personal, are different. We're all, the 6 of us come from very middle-class families, middle-class values. But there's no one saying that you're a lady, you're not supposed to be doing this. There aren't parents no longer saying you've got to get married. Husbands not, restricting you. So yes, the support system is there at present. An organization which is there promoting us, promoting our participation in all these events. 2011 was a big year for us ladies. You had 3 mountaineers scale, from the Indian Air Force, scale the Mount Everest. You had our team being officially launched. So you have this organization which is doing so much for you. There's just one prerequisite that they're asking of you. You just need to say, yes, I'd like to do it. So that's wherein you find me differentiating between, the corporate field wherein you say there is the glass ceiling. My field is such that there is no glass ceiling. It's up to you to perform. If you're a performer, then the air, the mountain really does not recognize gender differences. Therein, it becomes your flying skills and your performance out there in the mountains. So that is a major difference in the field that I come from. Just introducing a little bit of my team. We're a band of 6 ladies. Wing Commander Asha is our team leader. Myself, I'm the team camera person. So while my team, 4 of us, they go about formation skydiving, I'm there perched above them, flying above them, recording it all, so that I don't miss any of their antics. Flight 11 Priyanka Sharangi, she's married to an army officer. Flight 11 Nisha, technical officer. Flight Lieutenant Rupal, she's a logistics officer. Flight Lieutenant Priyanka Hudda, of logistics officer. Now you have Wing Commander Asha, who in her yesteryears was a national level athlete. You have Flight Lieutenant Priyanka Hudda, who's a national level swimmer. You have myself, who's presently posted at the Air Force Academy. That's the alma mater for all Air Force officers. I'm there as an instructor. I train both men and women, and I'm working alongside my male counterparts, training them. So in my field, what is more important than the gender, I'm not saying it's all easy. Like, Mrs. Talwar was saying, life is never, or any career opportunities for that matter, is not a bed of roses. And I'm sure all of you all would agree with me. But in my field per se, it's performance that matters. If you do not perform, you do not get the kind of appointments that you get. At my level of seniority, I've spent just 8 years in the Indian Air Force, and I'm working alongside group captains who have put 20 years of experience. Field of working is different. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're a performer, you will be acknowledged in any sphere. Be it my profession as an education officer or out here in the adventure sports. Why is there so much of awe about skydiving now? You may feel that, all skydivers are full of themselves, but that's just how the story of skydiving goes, My first camp, I did it at the beautiful Karnik Islands. I'm not showing you visuals about it, but this is what I saw before I jumped. And my mind was absolutely blank. I had this zombie look on my face, and so did all of us. All of us who were doing it for the first time had this zombie look, hands almost numb, and the only sound that you could hear is not the chopper blades rotating, but your heart hammering furiously away, And at the command of go, it's almost like the instructor shrieks into your ear, go, you just take that one step into thin air. You're leaving the security of the ground, and you don't know what. It's your instinct and your ground training which then takes over. And it was well over 5 to 7 seconds before I realized that, while I was grappling for my parachute toggles, that I realized I still had my eyes closed. And when I opened, this is what I saw, waves crashing on absolute virgin white bed of sand, corals coloring the sea in different hues of green and blue. It was magical. And like I said, my first jump, and I knew I was going to be skybound for life, and you know the reason why. 200 jumps later, I still feel my first jump, and this, the next second best jump. This was my jump wherein I had my first 45-second stable fall at terminal velocity. Terminal velocity is mind-breaking speed, and you're hurtling down towards Earth at phenomenal speed. This was my first 45-second stable jump. I was in control of my body, and I saw the horizon blushing different shades of red, pink, orange as the sun set in all its natural splendor. So now any wonder as to why I'm still continuing, or why any of us still continue. But for all that pleasure that you have, for those 7 minutes in air, 45 seconds of free fall, and thereafter 5 minutes of flying in the parachute, you've got to go through rigorous, grueling ground training, almost like we we call it our concentration camps, you know. So every trainer has this angelic look, but Hitlers, I mean, never get deceived by all your, if you guys get interested into skydiving, never get deceived by your instructor's angelic looks, you know. They are Hitlers. They will put you through the most grueling round of ground training, which is very required, to help you fly and have some of the amazing, amazing instances. This is my basic parajumping training course. So you have a lot of ground training before you earn your wings. Then you progress on from basic parajumping to basic free fall training. Subsequently, you go in to something called the wind tunnel training. That is the simulated training. Before you go and fly out in the air, at terminal velocity, this is your simulated training environment. And then eventually you're doing, like you saw the 400-way formation, we are rookie formation skydivers. We're just a 4-way skydiving team right now. Just some of the visuals. We participated at the first international meet, and which other better place on earth than the Swiss Alps, where we interacted with the other lady participants across the world. Starting from the first jump till now, every jump has been inspirational and reaffirms my commitment to this sport. It is an additional job. It's not like my mainstream job. I am an education officer. I'm an instructor. That's my basic bread and butter. But nonetheless, I would sacrifice all my leave, every other pleasure, to just for those 7 minutes in air. Do I have time? Or, yeah. So I will not show you a couple of other visuals, where we really had fun. There was one session wherein our instructor really beat us up in the air. How do you do that? Beat up in the air? I'll have to show you the visual for that. So we are right now a rookie team, like I said, 4-way, rookie 4-way formation skydiving team. Aim to go beyond, because world over the skydiving feats are enormous. You've had a record break of 400 plus formation skydiving, and the field that I am in, we are trained for competitive sports, competitive 4-way formation. Now what is this competitive 4-way formation? In a span of 35 seconds, you've got to do mind-boggling formations and repetition of those formation, and the record in 35 seconds is 50 formations. That is less than a second for each formation. So that is the level of expertise that is happening now. What I showed you right now is called belly flying. Then you have something like head flying, wherein you're having your head. It's like, you know, you're defying gravity, head down, and you're flying that way. So there's so many feats that we've got to do. Like, you know, like the saying goes, we've got many miles to go, many milestones to clip, so as to say. But I will leave you all with Da Vinci's code, Da Vinci's words, which is as relevant now as was relevant during his time. When once you've tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skywards. For there you've been, and there you will always long to return. Thank you very much.